From the top of the town at 715 Main Street in historic Deadwood, it's time for another episode of the DTC Blow and Smoke Podcast. Hello and welcome to episode number 54 of the Deadwood Tobacco Company Blow and Smoke Podcast. I am your host, Eye Candy Randy. We hope you enjoyed 53 with Pete Johnson from Tatuaje Cigars. Fascinating. We talked for 40 minutes and only 5 of it was about cigars. Check that out. Lots of celebrity encounters, how he owns the gun from Tombstone, and a whole lot more up on YouTube right now. Joining me, as always, I'll let you know in just a little bit, but you need to like, follow, subscribe, and comment. Hey, Ethan, we just hit 1,000 subscribers on the old YouTube.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we've been trying for a little while there. So congratulations to Paul Pierce. You are our 1,000th. I haven't even cracked my beer yet. 1,000th subscriber. It's not the Paul Pierce you're thinking of. It's not the Celtics player. No, it's a local Paul Pierce. So here's the deal. Paul, we have a prize package for you, but we're not going to call you. And we're not even going to tell you if you walk into the store. You have to watch the podcast. And once you see this, then just let us know and we'll get you all hooked up. And keep watching, keep listening, keep subscribing, all of that fun stuff. Now, joining me, fresh from the beauty salon and his eyebrow wax, everybody say hello to the kid.
Can you tell?
Yes.
Can you tell I got my eyebrows waxed?
And how much of your hair did you cut off?
Literally just the dead ends. Basically nothing. So, keeping these same luscious locks.
That's one way of saying it. And behind the board with the actual luscious locks is the preacher, Ethan. How are you doing, Ethan?
Much. I'm doing just great. Thank you.
Hanging in there.
Yep.
And, of course, the OG of DTC, Mr. Wild Bill. It's early for us. We're doing this before 1 o'clock. How you feeling?
Great.
You got a little nap in the sunshine? At least we thought you were sleeping out in the...
I was blowing smoke rings.
Is that what you're doing?
I was doing that.
We did have a little bit of an internal wager going. Who would wake up first, Bill or the kid?
I wasn't sleeping.
No. That's your story? Because I've seen you smoke while you're sleeping. We've been through that.
You're crazy.
Normally, this is the part of the podcast where we do What Are We Smoking? But that's kind of the meat of the podcast today, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. So we're going to start off with just a check-in from the team members here as we get ready for busy season to get on us, and sooner than we think. Kid, what's new in your department? What's happening?
We got pipes back in.
Woohoo.
So, that's very exciting. We've sold through a decent chunk as of the 2nd of May, because this will be going up on the 7th.
Correct.
If I remember right?
Yep.
But super exciting. Glad to have those back in and glad to already see movement with them. So, yeah, that's the big thing I'm excited about.
I still am waiting for you to match my, well, we'll call it the new shop record. 5 pipes in one shift. So there's your challenge.
Corn cobs don't count.
No. These were not corn cobs. It was just a rush of pipe smokers who are happy to see our Savinellis and Petersons and Rossies. What else is new? How are the wife and kids? Everything fine?
Yeah. For sure, I definitely have those.
Yeah. Are you looking for either one of them?
Kids, no.
But
wife,
the other side?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Coming soon, episode 55. Find the kid a wife. I think we can look in maybe Serbia, Slovakia. I think they still send them our way.
Ukraine.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a little more like Southeast Asia personally, but that's just a preferential thing for me. I'm not picky, sorry.
It's quite all right. You'll take what we can find. Our budget is only $35, so we'll see.
Ooh, we'll get a real winner with that.
What about a celestial beauty? Someone from the Far East.
Ooh.
Yeah? Maybe?
Yeah, I could do that. I could swing that.
Okay, we'll set
You know they make Chinese dolls now.
Oh, I know.
You can have multiple in your apartment.
You should see his savings account. He keeps going up. What's the model run nowadays? About 12 grand?
A little higher.
We have a friend who, she was like, I will never marry an Asian. We had this great Asian guy, and they're married today. Mm-hmm. That happened.
I would say just the rule of thumb is don't have preconditions.
Exactly.
You meet the right one.
Yep.
Very good. Mm-hmm. All right, kid. Summer's around the corner. What are you most excited about around the shop?
Oh, around the shop?
Sure, or just in general.
I'm just excited for things to kick off and for us to start seeing all the different people coming all across the country. and even the world. I popped in on my day off on Tuesday and met a dude from the UK and just shot the breeze with him.
Yeah, he enjoyed. I do not know what Grimes was having him smoke, but he bought a box on the spot and was very happy with it. So we love our visitors from near and far. So good, we'll get that moving. Bill?
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
You had a thing Monday. Are we talking about the thing Monday or no?
The thing. What's the thing?
I don't know. It's in the sheet that I gave you about an hour and a half ago.
Oh, I put that in my book.
Okay. Do you want your Cliff Notes?
No, I already read it, so I pretty much know what you're talking
It's
about.
why they have question marks behind them. So,
Yeah, you want to know about the thing.
the thing.
The thing's nice, a little raw, but it's doing okay.
Hangs to the right.
Or the left, depending on how I walk.
Very good.
But the thing about Monday was the Lawrence County judge decided to take on the case to determine who's going to own the trademark. So we have to go to the Deadwood, South Dakota judge, and we'll see what happens.
Or as we prefer to term it here in the shop, confirm that we own the trademark, correct?
Correcto Mundo and the Deadwood Tobacco Company website.
Awesome. Also, we've noticed when you've been around the shop, you've talked about it a little bit, started to read a lot more. Now, you've talked on the podcast that you have an English degree. So what's up with the new book habit, or just re-upping your former passion for the page?
Well, it started back a long time ago on the ocean of the Atlantic on the Esmeralda. It was a good book of mice and men that I read a long time ago.
I want to pet the rabbits, George.
But,
Somebody's out there. Yeah, Ethan. Thanks, you guys.
yeah, you're welcome. No, picked up some books, bought 5 books, read 3 of them in less than 2.5 weeks. Now I got 2 more to read, and we'll buy more and keep reading. It's something I'm doing, so I'm not bored.
Any recommendations for the viewers out there? Any one of them that you like so far enough to tell them to go buy it?
Yeah, the Salem Witch Trials by Bill O'Reilly. It's pretty good. It's a nice historical approach, takes you right up through it, and then lets you know some of the things you didn't know.
Very good. And other than, I would assume, selling more cigars, beer, pipe, and accessories, what are you looking forward to this summer?
The closing of a lawsuit.
Very good. That's a fair point.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Ethan, you're up. We talked last time. You're back from vacation. Are you getting back in the swing of things?
I would divide this little report into personal and professional. Personally, I hate it that my mood is weather related, but the weather has just been Seattle-esque.
Yeah, it's been shitty for this time of year. We got
yeah.
spoiled, too. We had a week of 70s.
Yes,
And then
did it. Well, and going to Hawaii doesn't help. But we got 2 kids out of the house, which means I've got a ton of projects, reclaiming some rooms, some floors, stuff like that. Professionally, man, I just don't do well in maintenance mode. So with the nicer weather, we've got some new video projects queued up. Going to do a kind of Black Hills travel one, which I think will be great. It'll involve cigars and motorcycles. Mm-hmm. And then the other one, we just got a few kind of funny canned commercials that we're planning out. So I'm looking forward to stuff like that, new projects.
very good.
Yeah.
That's always fun. So we can keep everything fresh, keep that subscriber count going, all the likes and follow and that type of thing. On my side, we've got some great music coming up. We've got some of your favorites coming back that we kind of slowed down for the off season, went with some of our favorite local singers, songwriters, duos, solo, that kind of thing. Johnny Hastings and Stillhouse Down will be coming up the week that this is out. We're talking with good friends of ours, Ryan, Chris, and the Rough Cuts. They played here last Wild Bill days.
They're a ton of fun.
Got up on the bar. Just Colorado Country Music Hall of Famer, Ryan Chris. I got to give him his cred. You have to have 25 years from your first release to be nominated, and he went in his first year of eligibility. He's not that old either. I mean, but still, great guy, great band.
He's old.
Yeah.
He's old.
He's about my
25
age.
years. That's old.
Yeah,
That's old.
I guess that's fair.
Longer than I've been alive.
Yep. So that's going well. Last year I got DFA'd. For you non-baseball fans, that means designated for assignment or cut from the Mustang Sally / Deadwood Tobacco Company softball team.
Yeah.
And I'm back at it this year, and I played my first games on Monday, and I wasn't too sore. I also learned you don't get any faster as you get older.
You know, if you bought new cleats, you could run faster.
I have new cleats. They're only about a year old, but
So you got to get new ones so you run faster. They're super cleats.
and I did have to go get a new glove because I couldn't find mine at all. So that's it.
Well, did you buy an expensive bat?
No, I don't do that. We got enough guys on the team who are those bats are $300, $400, $500.
Do they let you use their bat in case it gets dented?
Yeah, if I can dent one of those bats, then I need to be tested for roids.
You should
Mark
get
McGuire
tested.
on their
You
ass.
should get tested.
Yeah, probably should anyway.
Do you switch hit for the team?
What do you mean?
Are you a switch hitter for the team?
I can hit left-handed, but nobody wants to see that.
What did you mean by switch hitting?
Nothing. I was just wondering how late you're laying on the jokes here. You had a nice nap, so I thought you'd be riled up.
I was blowing smoke.
And I'm looking forward to just things getting into gear. You know, we looked at the schedule. We had a little meeting this past week, and man, you get through slow season and the events, they're going to sneak up on us, and they're going to come one after another. We have two of them we'll talk about a little bit later in the podcast. Hops and Hogs just around the corner, Black Hills Motorcycle Show 2. So that is what I am looking forward to.
Did you mean 2 as in the second one, or as in 2 as in TOO?
2 as in as well, also. In addition,
Could be.
In addition to.
2.
Yep, exactly.
I'm at the top, that's 1, not 2 or 3. This real life, baby, don't make believe. I just make it look easy like ABC. I'm on it 24/7, 25/8. I just pick up the pace and I violate. I eat it all up like a dinner plate. I been on the move like I'm running late. Left, right, left, let's go. I'm unstoppable. I got money flowing in case you didn't know. They used to doubt me, now I got them like wow. Making boss moves, I've been on a roll. I'm blowing up, gotta put them on hold. I am the bag, that's what I've been told. I keep my cool under pressure like a boss. I'm all in, it don't matter what it costs. All I do is win and look good from the top. Let's go. I am unstoppable. Okay. I am unstoppable. Okay. I am unstoppable.
Exactly. Which brings us to segment 1 of the podcast. Nope, actually it's only 1 this time. And What Are We Smoking is very special. So we're featuring a bunch of, different cigars with the same name. This is the Gurkha Year of the Dragon Cigar 2024. However, there's not just one of them. There are 5. And so we have 4 we have picked out to smoke here and share our experiences with you. And then we'll tell you all about the sticks, how you can get them, and what you can win just for buying one of them. So Bill or Kid, you guys were at the trade show where they had these. Tell us a little bit about this Year of the Dragon Gurkha project.
It's a project that Gurkha did with several manufacturers to create the Chinese New Year of the Dragon. Not chasing the dragon, but Gurkha's dragon.
And what do you mean by experience? Different
flavors, different wrappers, different manufacturers, different blenders. Each person got to create something sexy that they feel sexy that could resemble what they could do for Gurkha in relation to the Year of the Dragon.
So these are actual Gurkha cigars, but they're not blended by Gurkha's normal blenders, right?
I would assume that's correct by the name on the cigar.
Very good. So there's 4 different ones. We'll go through them all, and then we've got the traditional one from Gurkha itself. So I'm going to kick it off, and I have the Gurkha Year of the Dragon by Oscar Valladares. And that is from Leaf by Oscar, if you have not seen that. It's a cigar that's quite well placed around the country. It's one that's kind of got a kitschy packaging where the cigar is actually wrapped in a tobacco leaf that you remove and then smoke. It's got a bunch of other varieties out there as well. Started in the mild category and just recently stepped up to a medium and more full-bodied cigars. The one I have is, and this is Bill's favorite region of Honduras, the Hamastron Valley. Corojo wrapper, and then, of course, Honduran filler and binder. I'm only about an inch into it. It's pretty light right now. It's with the Corojo, I was thinking maybe a little bit more spice, a little bit more sweetness, but right now it's smoking pretty light. I'm just having a light beer because I didn't want that to interfere with the taste of the cigar. But all in all, pretty solid smoke right now. And the packaging is pretty slick as well. We'll get to that, but I'll let you know when we get a little bit further. But the Honduran Puro with the Corojo wrapper it's going a little under the medium side to me right now. We'll see once we get a little further what kicks up. Not really spicy. A little bit of baking spice. Not a lot of cedar or leather. It's pretty mild right now. Have you smoked one, Ethan?
I have. I didn't realize the connection. This is Leaf by Oscar. Mm-hmm. So that guy's been in the shop a couple times, man. Really good guy.
Just as a traveling through as a customer, or
came in. They call him Island Jim, and he looks like it. You know what I'm saying? Just a really laid back dude. Mm-hmm. I didn't understand. He kind of has the hippie rapper wrap on his standard line stuff, and
he's got one called Superfly.
Yep. And then you meet him, and you're like, oh, that's where that hippie rapper came from.
Ah, very good. Well, this is more right down the middle, and hopefully I'll have some more complex notes as we keep going.
Yeah.
Next up, Ethan, which one did you draw?
That's me. AJ Fernandez. He's got the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper on this. So, you're going to get some standard cocoa, coffee bean, leather, smoky almond, pepper. I mean, it's just, for me, this wrapper is great. Everyone does it. The Oliva family, they're kind of masters of the Ecuadorian Habano. They like Ecuador because it's got a constant cloud cover, really. So it's just perfect for this wrapper. Another one that uses this is La Flor Dominicana. Does this on a ton of their cigars. Their Andalusian Bull, Fuente, Garcia do it, La Roma de Cuba, Edition Especial. And then Fernandez has got another one called the Enclave, which I smoked a while back, and he uses Ecuadorian Habano, but it's got a Cameroon binder, which brings out a nice little added bonus. I love the cigar. It's great.
And you have that's a slight box press version, right?
It is. Yep. Kind of a figurado with a box press. Sexy.
Kid, have you smoked that one yet?
I have not.
Okay. Bill? The Fernandez?
That is a negative.
Negative. All right. I think I'm the only one. And unless I'm getting it confused, nope, that was the Carrillo that I had the other day that I'll talk to a little bit more after this, because smoking the EP Carrillo is the Kid. Kid, tell us about that.
So, sorry. What I got here is the Ernesto Perez Carrillo Year of the Dragon. It's got a wonderfully dark Mexican San Andreas wrapper on the outside. Your binder is going to be an Ecuadorian Connecticut, and then a mix of Nicaraguan and Dominican filler binders. So something pretty standard for EP Carrillo, using a lot of different things out of their Dominican factory. I'm enjoying it so far, but I've also kind of recently figured out I'm a big fan of EP Carrillo and just about everything they do in their main line and the side projects they do for other companies. EP Carrillo does a lot with crowned heads, which we carry in our humidor, and I've always really enjoyed them. So smokes like the Bosphorus or the Aramos in the Ozinger family line is done at the Carrillo factory.
Well, there you go. Miguel has converted you.
Ooh.
He has. He's just such a charmer.
That's okay. He's still going to come back to the shop. We don't have to kiss his ass that much.
Okay, awesome, cool.
Yeah. So on the strength scale, a little bit stronger, I take it?
Yeah, I would say more ranging on the full side. I made sure I ate right before I came here so I could, get through it. And I'm enjoying it with a wonderful Shiner Black Lager off draft to kind of just bring out some of the more earthy notes. And that's kind of what I was getting up front right away, is a lot of earthiness from that Mexican San Andreas. Bit of like cedar oakiness on the back end. So not a lot of natural sweet tones. Got a nice hearty earthiness to it that I'm really enjoying.
Very good. Anybody else beside me smoke that one? Bill, not yet?
No, not yet.
Ethan, did you grab one yet?
Uh-uh.
All right.
Dirty confession, I've already smoked this one before. Last Monday, one of my regulars came in and bought me one. So thank you, Marty and Chantel. You know who you are.
Did they get their name in the bucket, which we'll talk about in a little bit?
Yes, they did.
Very good. All right, Bill. Last but not least, and I think you were assigned this and weren't the most thrilled to not have the first choice. Tell us anyway about the Oliva.
It's a very bulbulous shape. It's a 60 ring gauge starting out, tapered. It uses a Cameroon binder on a San Andreas wrapper with Nicaraguan fillers. It's medium to full bodied. The mouthfeel is light, doesn't linger like a cat took a shit on your tongue. But for me, it's okay. It's nothing that I gravitate to. It's nothing that...
Do you enjoy that
Wowza.
size configuration?
No, I hate it.
Really?
Yeah. Hate it.
Because?
A, it's too fat. I'm not a 60 ring gauge guy. I just don't care for them. So when I smoke a 60, I don't like the way it fits in my hand.
When it burns with that figurado, does that mess you up at all?
No, I burnt the hell out of the nipple first.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't like necessarily cigars with nipples because they can have an erratic burn.
Yes.
So
You've really got to toast it very evenly to start with. Take some
It's a
extra care
nightmare.
there. Yeah.
But it doesn't have a lingering effect in my mouth. It doesn't feel heavy as far as the smoke goes across the palate. It is a smokable. It is approachable. It's nothing that I would put in a garbage can.
You like
But
the
I
San
would-
Andreas wrapper on it?
No, I've had other San Andreas wrappers where I think the earth tones, the chocolate notes, the leathers, that hearty, robust flavor from San Andreas,
Yeah.
Mexican Maduro, I don't feel it at all.
Okay.
But then again, a lot of people will enjoy the Oliva.
Ethan, have you smoked that one?
I did have one.
I had one when the Kid and Bill just got back from the trade show.
Yep.
I brought one back, and that's the one I had. And yeah, I think it was. I mean, it's been so long, and now I've smoked the other 3 of the other 4. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a budget.
I felt like, man, you have to be really kind of persnickety when it comes to lighting it, but it's elegant. I felt like it burned well, and it's got some really good taste to it. I was a fan.
very good. So one of the reasons we wanted to do this taste test, and as you can tell, it wasn't exactly blind because we wanted to know what we were talking about. It wouldn't be very much fun to go, I think this is X,
Mine's
Y, or Z."
blind.
You didn't research that at all?
I know my shit.
Well, yeah, of course. But yeah, was he right, Ethan? Was he right with wrapper filler binder, or did Oliva throw him a curveball?
I didn't write down the wrapper fill and binder.
What'd you say,
but
Bill?
I can check it out.
I said San Andreas with a Cameroon binder and Nicaraguan fillers.
All right, let's
He's
see.
for sure right on wrapper and binder. Filler, I'm pretty sure he's right.
So yes, San Andreas, Cameroon, and then Nicaraguan for the filler. Yeah.
Who you trying to play with, pimp?
Hey man, we're just trying to get those views up. It's like trying to catch Bill and not knowing what he's talking about is a rare feat. So we gotta try. And of
My
course,
presentation doesn't seem like I know what I'm talking about, but then go ahead and Google that shit.
and then we have the walking encyclopedia to my right, who has looked them up and can figure out everything. Right?
It's definitely a shallow encyclopedia with only one letter that he knows, and it's cigars. So I wouldn't say he knows the whole array of encyclopedias because he's a Google guy. He didn't grow up with encyclopedias and the salesman that would
that's
come to
right.
the house.
That's
so
right,
He
yeah.
may not know that.
I forgot.
How they're broken down.
What's an encyclopedia?
Yeah, I forgot.
Exactly.
Forgot books didn't exist back in the day.
2000.
Yep. So here's the fun part about these. In addition to trying different blends from 4 different manufacturers, and we should mention, of course, Gurkha has their own as well, and that is the red banded Year of the Dragon. So you can grab that in the shop as well.
They made that one, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, Ram made that one. So that's his blend, which would be, I'm assuming, that's the one I haven't had. Very similar to the
So secret.
Proprietary.
Everything's undisclosed, proprietary.
proprietary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be a blind tasting
that would be. But then how would we know since it's undisclosed?
because we would say it is.
Okay, that's
We're
fair enough.
experts on tobacco.
Well,
We blow smoke.
2 out of 4 of us, right? Or maybe 2.5. So this is what they have going on in the humidor right now, and Ethan will show you some pictures of that. It is an 80 count, or no, sorry, a 200 count humidor.
It's a big box.
Completely outfitted, all of your gauges and your humidity and all of that stuff in there, and that could be yours for the low, low price of 1 Year of the Dragon Gurkha. All you have to do is stop in the shop. You can buy one, you get a ticket. That ticket goes into the bucket, and once the humidor is sold out of the first 80 sticks that we have in there, we will draw a name, and that person wins that humidor. It's gorgeous. It's on the center island right inside our large humidor. Buy 2 sticks, you get 5 tickets. Buy 3 sticks, you get 7. You buy all 4, and you get 10 chances into that thing.
The burled wood and then the gold overlay is really nice. I mean, they did a great job.
And it comes with a key. It's lockable, so you can keep your friends and family from snagging your cigars.
I would call this not a humidor, but a chest.
Very good.
It's big.
And so you can check that out online right now. We've got it up on our socials. And, of course, better ways to come into the shop. Well, right before we recorded this,
You said we had 2 of them.
2 of them.
2 of them, yep. And I just did a rough count, and I think we're about halfway through the first one. So if you want to get your name in for this first humidor, come on down before we sell these last 45 sticks-ish. And then tell us which one you think is your favorite after you smoke them all. Let's see. Chris and Ren were in. I think they bought one of each, right, kid?
Yeah, I believe so. Marty and Chantel, who bought me one, bought one of each, and then an extra one, and then me one. So they bought 6 in total.
Oh, very good. Yep. So it's moving good, and it's not just because there is a special going on. The folks at Gurkha were kind enough to provide that item. Doesn't mean that these are promotional cigars. These are quality, high-end cigars with a nice little marketing gimmick around the Year of the Dragon. So make sure you check it out. So to recap, I have the Oscar Valadares. It's not getting a whole lot stronger, so I would categorize it as a mild to medium. A little bit of sweetness, but very decent overall. And Ethan again, AJ Fernandez, Kid, EP Carrillo.
Full body, beautiful.
Also known as best friend of Crown Heads. And Bill with his absolutely glowing review of the Oliva.
I'm not saying it's a bad smoke. I mean,
not at all. It's just...
It's not something I'm going to pick because of the shape, number one. And number two, it is frustrating to light that shape. And number three, if it burns nice, you can get a quality smoke, which it is burning nice. But it's a big stick, and I'm not personally into fat, robust sticks.
And isn't that interesting that you can have a really great cigar in its own right, but it's just not your thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
You have
if this was in
favorites.
a Robusto, I'd probably gravitate towards it a lot more.
Which is the fun thing about the humidor. Just for example, a different manufacturer, Padron now. We have currently a ton of different shapes and sizes, including the Little Hermosa, which sometimes people just want a quick half-hour smoke with full flavor, full-bodied, really intense, good cigar. And we've got it all the way up to different sizes as well. So if you stop in...
I won't grab it.
You won't?
No.
Why? But
too short, too fat.
You're very particular. So you're almost like Christian, because Christian's 5x50, man. Yeah. It's the Robusto or nothing with him.
The biggest I go is a Toro, but it better be beautiful.
Mine, by the way, the Oscar here is a Toro. It's traditional Toro, so not bad at all on that one. So swing in and grab yourself A Year of the Dragon by Oscar, EJ Fernandez, EP Carrillo, or Oliva. Let us know which one you prefer. Get your tickets. Don't forget to ask for them. Get you in the drawing. And once we sell out the first humidor, we will draw a name, and you can come pick it up and have a beautiful conversation piece. Or, if the kid's working and you don't want it, make a deal. Right,
we'll
kid?
ship it.
Barter with me.
Barter with him, yeah.
We'll ship it.
All right, there you go. We'll ship it as well. Did you hear
Empty.
That? Consuela!
You must do some shipping.
We'll let her
you
know
have
she's
to
gotta
ship
it.
everywhere you go. You got to ship. We will ship your ship.
Awesome. Very good.
I just shipped my drawers.
That's a great commercial.
We're moving on to segment number 2, the things I'm most excited about. We talked about getting ready for busy season. That includes special events. The next one around the corner is coming up. Not this weekend, the weekend after, 17th and 18th. It is the annual Main Street Initiative. That's a group of downtown businesses and others in Deadwood that fund projects around town. Hops and Hogs.
Yep.
It is a craft beer and bacon festival.
How come you love it so much, man?
Because he's a kid. He wants chocolate chips on his waffle.
Yeah, we're going to get to that too.
I'm going to get to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it the bacon or is it all the craft beers?
It's the beer mostly.
Yeah.
It's the beer.
Yeah.
And it's not just bacon. I mean, the chefs around town go all out. One time, for example, Saloon Number 10 Social Club had fried sliced pig ears. That was their hog dish.
It's disgusting.
No, they were pretty delicious.
Really?
Yeah, it was like beef jerky. It's a little chewy.
It might taste good, but still, it's like, what am I eating? I'm eating that.
Next time
curly
you rub your
ear,
dog's
man.
ears, just think about it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
no,
it's just like
thank
an upscale pork rind.
That's nasty.
It was actually really good. But as you can tell,
Salted to perfection.
a lot of people left that in the pan.
Yep.
So we'll let you know what we're featuring, but we've got a couple of beers from Sturgis Brewing Company. Not a company we've done a ton with, but we're happy to have them on board for this event. Look at Bill now. Just zoom in on Bill. This is an event where all of the distributors have a certain number of, of beers that they can have out, and that's what we ended up with. And hey, it's better than another company that I could have gone with, and I would have got a worse look.
I thought Global would have been perfect for us.
Yeah, typically we just use the main two ones. However, since you brought that up, so on Friday, we should say Friday night 5 to 10 is going to be the tasting of our 2 Sturgis Brewing Company brews, and we're pairing that with a bacon waffle from the Crooked Oak Lodge. If you haven't heard of
How does the bacon waffle work, man?
Oh man, it's bacon wrapped in waffle batter and then cooked, and it's so delicious.
Really?
Sprinkled with chocolate chips.
I don't believe that's true at all. I believe it's chopped up bacon, flavored, and then put in waffle batter, and then made into traditional waffles.
That's
cut
the
into small
cheap
pieces.
version.
Yeah, and then with some delicious real Vermont maple syrup on top, and perhaps a little chocolate drizzle
From Ghirardelli.
from Ghirardelli. There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. For the VIP.
Nope, that's for the the VIP gets the upgrade. The regular one gets that one, and so that's going to be prepared fresh at like I said, Crooked Oak Lodge. And if you haven't found that place, well then we'll just keep it our little secret, right, Bill?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the chef gets a little upset when he has to come back or she has to come back to work.
Absolutely. Then on Saturday, so it's a 2-day event. Your ticket is, I think it's $65 or $60 for the regular, but you don't want the regular. The regular is fine. You want the VIP, because the VIP will bring you here on Saturday. And Saturday we have, as Bill said, from Global Distributing, 16 different craft beers.
Wow.
And of that 16, you can pick 8 samples. And Kid, you've been involved in this. Tell everybody about that VIP experience. What did you think of it?
It's great. I mean, first off, getting your pick of 8 beers from Global. I love what Global does.
Are you going to measure the beers perfectly, though?
We're gonna.
So I could get 16 ounces.
No, you're gonna get
8 2-ounce pours.
Yeah, you're gonna get 16 ounces for sure.
Oh, sweet. I'm drunk.
Yeah, I mean, plus that's on top of the regular event as well. So
Yeah, you're going to get lit. But I love what Global does. I love the fun craft stuff that they bring around from
There's some like
the greater Midwest area.
12% beers in there.
yes, yeah, we grabbed. Is that the? It's called Lick the Spoon. See, I knew it.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we picked that one, Lick the Spoon. It's a pastry porter imperial 12%er. We've got a Drecker, a couple from Brow Brothers. Shout out to Brow Brothers. They called me and they called the shop boss Grimes, and we're looking at doing some stuff down the road with Brow Brothers as well. And too many to list, so I can't let you know. But Ethan's got them all. There's tons and tons on there, and we tried to go the gamut, light to dark, sweet to traditional, all over the place. And
If you can't find something that you like on that list, I can't help you. Right?
Yeah, and if you try, let's say you try 2, and that second one you really liked, well, hell, just load up the rest of your samples with that one. That's fine by us.
And there's some smoothies in there, man.
There are some Drecker smoothies in there as well, which we had last year as well. And if you don't know Drecker, they change all the time, so it's not going to be the same beer you had. So make sure you stop in for that. And then, as always, whatever happens to be left after the event, well,
We
just
drink.
Come down to Deadwood Tobacco, and whatever Bill doesn't drink, you can buy.
How did you get the Drecker connection?
So I was a big fan of Drecker. I went and visited the brewery when I did some work up in Fargo. They're from Fargo. And it's called Brewhalla, actually. It's an old, I don't know if it was a church or a monastery or something, but it's a massive old stone building.
This is where they brew.
This is where they brew. It's their brewery and their tap room, and it's huge. and it's all outfitted like Viking themed.
There's nothing more historic than taking a monastery and just
Yeah.
brewing beer in there.
Now watch. It wasn't a monastery, but Google it. Drekker, Drekker. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, up in North Dakota. So we got some stuff from them. We've actually got 3 varieties in the store right now, so you can come on and grab those. But yeah, it's a wonderful event, 2-day event. You can go to, I think it's 25, 26 different places. Tickets are available, deadwood.com. Just go into the events tab and make sure you buy the VIP. There's nothing wrong with the regular. The regular's fine too. You get all those samples and you get all those bacon dishes, but the VIP is where it's at. And it's limited, so make sure you get the VIP before they sell out. So this will be a fun one. That's the 17th and 18th, Friday night here. Saturday daytime, noon to 6 will be the VIP tasting. So we are ready for that. How much are you going to drink, kid?
So much, but enough to stay functional.
Very good, yeah, because you and I both have to work that night. All right, we'll flip a coin for who mops.
Okay.
And then the next up is an event that we were proud to be a part of last year. We're going to do again this year. Bill, tell them about the Black Hills Motorcycle Show.
You're going to rev up your engine. You're going to come out to it. You're going to pay $5. You're going to walk around, see a bunch of bikes. You're going to get introduced to Randy, maybe get on the television screen with him. And we're going to be there just showcasing some cigars and have a little lounge so they can enjoy the festivities outside.
What are you doing with this, though?
We're just going to set up a table, let them smoke some cigars and their fags, things like that.
That's on the...
And you're giving some product knowledge with that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we're going to advertise if they wear their wristband, they can get a free Shiner beer over here.
That is correct. May 25th. It is Memorial Day weekend, Saturday noon until 8 at the Deadwood Mountain Grand, which is conveniently about 200 yards from our back door.
Yep.
They are kind enough to give us the second deck. That's the patio with wonderful outdoor seating. It's just off of the bar in the event center. So you can go out and smoke a cigar. We'll have some samples for sale up there as well. Stash will be manning that. And like Bill said, don't take your wristband off when you're done with the motorcycle show. Come on down to Deadwood Tobacco and you get yourself a free Shiner Premium Tap just for supporting that great cause. It all goes to charity up there. I'll be emceeing again with Flash from Bikers Against Bullies. 130 motorcycles is what they're hoping for this year. I think they did about 112 last year. And actually, Stash entered his last year as well. It's just $25 to get your bike in. Great prizes. Entertainment from a band that does a lot here in town called Big Skillet. And the ladies of Dirty Sexy Riot will be entertaining as well.
I'm hungry. Big Skillet.
That got well. So Bill's hungry, wants Big Skillet, but Dirty Sexy Riot, nothing.
Nothing.
Not a reaction at all.
No. I'm surprised.
I'm not.
What are you surprised about? No reaction or the Dirty Sexy Riot?
The no reaction to that.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite pleased with no reaction.
Oh, very good.
Shows counseling's working.
It does.
So make sure you get your tickets. That's blackhillsmotorcycleshow.com. And we should say that's all put on by our good buddy Jason Mook and his wife Charlie down at Deadwood Custom Cycles, just about a couple of blocks here from the shop. Good customers, good friends of ours. So make sure you look that up. That's blackhillsmotorcycleshow.com. And we are sponsoring the event as well. You'll see our logos all over the place, and happy to be a part of it. $5 to get in. Kids are free. I think it's 13 and under. I could be wrong about that. So make sure you check that out on the 25th as well.
So I don't qualify to get in for free then.
Maybe if you walk on your knees.
Okay, I can do
If
that.
you can afford a haircut, you can afford $5.
My mom paid for my haircut. And my
Then you
wax.
can afford it.
There you go. If you can afford an EP Carrillo Year of the Dragon, then you can afford 10 haircuts. Pretty much.
All barbers are scam artists.
That's why you go to a hairstylist.
No, I just need to get these dead end trimmed.
What
I can do that for you.
what type of shop did you go to? Did you go to an old-fashioned barber shop? Did you go to a salon?
I'm pretty sure it was a salon.
See, told you he went to a stylist.
A proper stylist. Her name's Sarah. I don't know her last name, but she's down over on.
Did you
Main
get a
Street Fleet.
pedicure and a?
No, but I did get my eyebrows waxed, and they were bright red, right around there yesterday.
Which is funny because if you can't tell from the camera, kid doesn't have a lot of eyebrows. So
Oh no, it's blonde. I got my mom's eyebrow hair, which means I grow a unibrow. Genetically speaking, my mom took the 23andMe test, and it said, "Hey, you have a predisposition to develop a unibrow." And she went, "Yeah."
Well, what do you do?
What you gonna do? Just wax it all the time, I guess.
wax anything else while you're in there, or just the eyebrows?
Just
He's
the eyebrows.
fresh and clean.
I haven't gotten personal enough yet with her to get a wax anywhere else.
You want the Brazilian.
Yeah, I'd like a Brazilian sometime.
Make sure you pull it nice and tight, or the skin comes off too.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
All right. More information than you ever needed. So, in recap, Year of the Dragon cigars. Gurkha's just loving this publicity right now. Mm-hmm. Grab one, get a ticket. Grab two, get 5. Grab 3, get 7 tickets. Get all 4, 10 tickets, and to win the giant humidor that is in our walk-in humidor. Bunch of fun stuff coming up here at the venue at 715 Main Street inside Deadwood Tobacco. This weekend, we have 2 brand new artists that have not played with us before. The first up on Friday night is Tyler Bills. Tyler is the lead singer of the regional band Judd Hoos. If you haven't checked them out, they do a ton of street dances and outdoor festivals. They tour pretty consistently throughout the year. We're happy to have him in here. And then on the 11th, which would be Saturday night, we have the Sawdust Angels coming for the first time, a 3-piece with some folks that we have had individually in the past. So make sure you swing in for that. Music starts at 8 o'clock, Fridays and Saturdays. And Bill, what is the cover charge?
Absolutely 0.
No cover charge ever at Deadwood Tobacco Company.
0.
Swing in, get yourself a delicious cigar, great beers. All the music is brought to you by Shiner Beer. Thank you, Maxwell. And, of course, we've got Johnny Hastings and Stillhouse Down a little bit later. Check out everything at Deadwood Tobacco on all the social media. And for easier searches, more product availability, the website is coming. We promise. We have calls and emails all the time. Ethan has designed it. It looks really sharp. It's like a broken record, but we swear it's coming. Right, Bill?
Yeah. It's coming in May.
There you go. There you heard it here.
May.
And we've got some other stuff coming up later on this summer. We're going to be involved in the Rusty Wallace charity ride, which happens during Raleigh. We have Shorty's shortest charity ride as well that we've just been working on for a little while here. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that fun stuff. On the bottom here, like, share, subscribe. That's the big one. And, of course, comment for Ether. God, maybe I do need a beer. That's 2 slips in one podcast.
Is, man.
Come on,
It's
Ether.
Fire me. Kid, you want to take over?
No.
No.
Okay. For Ethan, the preacher, he's behind the board, and Wild Bill, and the kid, and the entire DTC team, thanks for watching and listening. We'll see you next time. I am Candy Randy. That is episode 54, Deadwood Tobacco Company Blow and Smoke Podcast.